Good morning. Welcome to the Match Solitaire Saturday Challenge Live Pi Day Special. What?
Woo woo!
Yes. All right. Every Saturday we play the Match Solitaire Daily Challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And race to see who can finish the fastest.
Yes.
So with me today, I'm David. With me today is Allison.
Hello.
And Caitlin.
Hi.
All right, if you want to join the race, we'll be doing a countdown in just a few minutes. I guess I lost last week, so I'll be doing the countdown. That's the way it works around here. So.
I have two quick announcements if you don't mind.
Okay.
First announcement is you may hear a little bit of background noise
Yes.
on our side.
Yeah.
There has been a lot of street construction this week, and they.
Oh my goodness, they're off the chains.
Yes. And there are large metal plates in the sidewalk that are not attached to each other. So you will hear cars go bump, 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 bump.
Kind of sounds like gunshots, but we closed the windows and it's as good as it's going to get.
Yeah, so just know if you're suffering listening to this, we're suffering more.
Yeah.
And my other announcement is it's a lack of professionalism on my part. My new bed is coming today, so I don't have my notifications muted in case the delivery comes early. So if I suddenly disappear or you see notifications on my phone, that is why.
Yes. And the pie is already here, so we don't have to worry about that one.
We have a pie.
Yes. We'll be talking a lot about the pie very soon. So stick around after the games for fun facts about pie and maybe a rant or two, because that's what I like to do.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right. Oh, one real quick thing. Update on Paris.
Yes.
Caitlin, tell us what's going on.
So for anyone who didn't listen last week, Paris is my new dog. She's now been with us for 11 days. No. How do I math? 9 days? 9 days.
I think 9.
Yeah, 9 days. So she is doing pretty well. She and the cat are very slowly becoming friends, I think. The cat is allowing herself to get a little closer every day.
Okay.
Nice.
So, at first the cat was just kind of hiding, and then it was like now Rosa is the cat. The cat is named Rosa. So Rosa will sit on the bed and look at Paris, and Paris is on the floor, and she will sit on the stairs and she will look down at Paris on the on the first floor, and
nice.
it's going pretty well. So they're getting a little closer all the time.
So we got a little update this morning about the cone of shame. Is that helping? Does Rosa feel more comfortable now that the dog is in a cone of shame?
I don't know, because it also, so Paris has been, she was just spayed the day we got her. And so she's been wearing a cone of shame for the last week to keep her from licking her incision. But she's figured out how to kind of kick at it with her back legs, which is not good either. And so when she went to the vet yesterday for a checkup, they put her in a little onesie. So now she's wearing a onesie and a cone.
Oh my goodness.
And so I think Rosa, I don't know what Rosa thinks about the cone. The downside to the cone is that sometimes it's a little louder because she will bump into the doorway or something. And we also, we got like we'd ordered a personalized tag and that came this past week, and our little like license tag from the town came. And so she's got those on her collar now. And so when she shakes more because she's like, she tries to shake herself off more now with the onesie on. And every time she does it, the collar just goes, jingle, jingle, jingle. So you might hear that on my end. She's lying down right now. She just came back from a walk, so I think she's going to take a nap. But if you hear like sudden jingling, that's what's going on here. And so I know that Rosa does not really like that noise.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
But anyway,
my goodness. All right.
For a week, the fact that Rose is not hiding under the bed anymore, I think is definite progress. So,
yeah.
So yeah.
It's promising.
Everyone's
Awesome.
doing pretty well. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks
Yeah.
for the update.
Yeah.
Let's get on with the games.
Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
I'm going to count down
Yeah.
slowly so it's more fair. Oh, RG is impressed with the RJ. Sorry, RJ is impressed with the onesie. I
Yes.
started to say, I said art and then transitioned to onesie too quickly.
Okay.
That's what
Okay.
happened there.
Thanks for that background.
Okay.
Yeah, that insight into your linguistic process.
Yes, I had felt like I had to explain myself. All right, I'm going to count down slowly this time so it's fair for
Okay.
everyone.
No one believes you.
Here we go. What?
I don't believe you.
Why not?
I just don't. You look
You
so
know what? I'm going to
suspicious.
count down like my favorite Peloton teacher. I actually really like this because we're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Allie does it better than that.
Yeah, okay.
You aren't
I'm an
Allie.
amateur. Oh, just so you know, Quell says he's having a lot of troubles with number 1. So we might be in
Come
trouble.
on.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, we
I guess
couldn't
a bunch
have had
of-
a break after yesterday.
I know. I think a bunch of people had trouble with the puzzles yesterday. For whatever reason, Allison and I didn't have any troubles with it. I don't know
I'm
why.
restarting. I don't know what
Yeah,
just
I
happened.
think I am too.
Oh, yeah,
I just don't
am
like
too.
how I started.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Starting with a tough puzzle right off the bat. Can you believe it?
Oh
What?
no. Who's got all those?
I don't
matches?
know. Not me.
I
mean, I got a couple of matches.
it was just 2. It was not that many.
Nope.
My sound seems really loud today. Am I super loud? Let's turn that down.
Your voice doesn't seem loud, so.
Okay, no, my game sound just sounded loud.
I feel like I'm going to crack this one. I feel like it's mine. Is
Okay.
anyone else feeling good?
No.
No.
Good. Maybe I'll win one for once. Wait, I'm going to be a little more
No.
conservative.
That was not
And
good.
I know I can win this if I'm just conservative, and I was just starting to rush a little bit. And I don't need to rush. Don't need to match too early. Just calm down. Oh! It got stuck.
I'm in a problem now. I did something bad.
Wait. Well, I had a plan and it just fell apart.
Uh-oh.
I had a plan. What happened? All right, come on, David. You can do this. To encourage myself, since no one else will.
You're
around
not
here.
encouraging us. What are you talking about?
I'm too focused on my own thing to encourage
I
anyone.
finished it. Take that.
Oh.
Slam dunk.
Slam dunk. All right, I just was off to a good starting stack there, and I knew I had it if I just had a good enough stack that I knew it was gonna work. However,
Oh,
not
dear.
feeling good about the second one yet.
No, I'm in a bit of a pickle over here.
uh,
I'm in a pickle. That's not helpful.
well, the good news is for you all anyway, is that
No, that must
It's-
be right that way.
I'm probably gonna have to restart already on the next one.
All right, I'm restarting the first one. It didn't like me. Now I'm like, how would David have done this?
Why am I'm gonna lose my lead again. That's what happened to me last week. I was off to a solid start. Well, second place anyway.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen.
I'm gonna have to restart.
Shoot.
Let me just restart this one. Come on, David.
Shoot.
Dun, dun.
Shoot.
You got stuck?
Yeah.
I feel like I was being too conservative on the second one, and that was completely unnecessary. And I'm probably just being silly. I need to just go for it. Did I just end up in the same place? I think I did. I'm stuck
I'm all
on.
flustered now.
I'm just totally stuck on the
too.
second one. Oh, No, come on. I don't want to lose my lead. That's making me nervous. Okay, don't go for those, because that has been getting me every time. But I want those. Okay. We have to think of a new plan. Because the thing I did the last 5 times in a row hasn't worked.
I really don't know.
Allison, are you still on number 1?
Yes. I'm having a really hard time.
I am too.
I didn't think I was, and then something just like broke in my brain.
Yeah.
I'm having such I'm having a much harder time with the second one. Oh, who's finishing?
I'm not. I'm getting things, but they're not right. I've been down this path before. I know how it ends.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like, every time I start to do something, it doesn't work out. Then I get confused. What's going on here? No.
This
No.
second one seems like it's deceptively simple in the beginning, and then I just can't finish it.
Okay, I'm getting the first one now.
Oh no!
Oh, I thought I was getting it, and now it's broken again.
Stellar!
Oh, because I feel like you're gonna blast through this and pass me out again. I've been working on it so long. Are you finishing this?
Oh, I think.
You finished the second one?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Calm down.
I've broken through.
Calm down over there.
All right. I'm on number 2 now.
Oh, great. Everyone. And I'm probably going to have to start over. I'll lose any lead I had. No. Why can't I get this one?
Okay, done with the second
Oh,
one.
come on. I knew that was going to happen. I don't understand why this one's killing me. Finally finished the second one.
Bravo!
Bravo. Come on. Oh, I had such a big lead. I'm going to be so mad when I lose. Oh, shoot.
All right, I'm restarting the third one.
Oh, thank goodness. But that probably means I'm going to be doing the same thing in a minute.
No, maybe not. I just think I went about it the wrong way.
Oh, I hear your.
Yeah.
Heard that.
Yeah.
It's not great, Caitlin. It's not
I
great.
bet.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with the third one too. Oh my goodness. It's a tough day. We haven't had like a super easy challenge in a while, I feel.
No, I don't think so.
All right, I'm also on number 3 now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're all messed up.
All right, it's an official race. We're all
I'm restarting
on
the third
3.
one again.
Oh no. I'm having trouble with it.
Everybody's having trouble with it. It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, it's anybody's game.
Yep. Nope. Stop doing that over and over again. That's not smart.
No, that doesn't seem like the right. It doesn't seem.
Golly.
Restarting again.
Yeah, I think I am too.
What am I doing?
Ay, ay, ay. I feel like there's. Oh, I feel like I just gotta get past this one little spot. Oh no, someone winning? Someone cracked
No.
it?
No.
Not me.
Someone
me.
sounded like a bunch of matches there. It was making me nervous.
I mean, I
Has anyone
tried
else?
something and then I undid
Oh my
it
gosh, I
promptly.
just took a chance to look up. RJ finished already.
Dang.
We got trumped. Oh gosh. Wow. Impressive. Okay, come on. Just slow down and think for a second. What am I doing wrong here? Back up, back up. Someone finishing?
I'm done.
Oh my goodness.
Good job, Caitlin.
Yeah, it
Yay.
came from
Come from
behind.
behind.
Wow. Okay, shall we play for second?
I'm good to do that. Yeah, if you are.
Okay, well, we'll give it a little bit.
Okay.
If we do, I don't feel like I'm that close for some
Done.
reason. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's that.
Oh,
Oh
Poor
man,
David,
I
I'm
lost
such
my
a
big
strong
lead. I just couldn't
got
close the deal.
yeah.
All right, well, congratulations to RJ for
Yeah.
being us all.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
Wow,
job, RJ.
that's impressive. So, and Caitlin, well, basically reversed
Yes.
the order that we finished number one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, okay, that was great.
Yeah.
Let's talk about pie. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this. I feel like I
Yeah.
should have a pie theme song right now. But all right, so we got some fun facts about pie.
Yes.
Who shall we
Yep.
start with? How about last time? I think we started with Allison. How about Caitlin?
Okay.
What do you
Okay,
got
so
for us?
I came prepared mostly with facts about the number pi.
Oh, perfect.
Um,
That'll be give us some
so
variety.
and then I also can talk a little bit about my favorite kind of pie. I looked up the origin of my favorite kind of pie.
Oh.
I looked up a
Okay,
pie
so-
origin, Caitlin. I really hope you got to look up the pie origin of your favorite pie.
Oh my goodness, this will
Well,
be exciting.
okay, so my favorite kind of pie is key lime pie.
Nope, we're safe.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Oh.
All right. So anyway, so about the number pi. So I'm fascinated by people who can memorize a lot of digits of pi. And like I was wondering what the world record was.
Oh.
And it turns out there's some dispute over who holds the world record. So
I'm just curious
there
how many can you guys rattle off?
None.
I can do 10.
Oh, really? Let me see. I actually tried doing it for a while. I don't know how far I can get anymore, but I think I would be like 3.1415. Oh no, 25659. Oh, I don't think I can do it anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
probably can only get 4 or 5.
So I will share I learned a mnemonic device for the first 10 digits, including the 3, I guess. So
3, 5, 6,
some
5,
people would
9.
say it's only 9 digits. The first digit and then 9 after the decimal point. And I learned this when I was like, I don't know, 12 or something. I mean, fairly young, but old enough to know what the number pi was. And so I have always just remembered this since. And so that's how I know the first 10.
Oh, what is it? You got to
3.1
share it?
Yeah. So 3.141592653.
5, 9.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe. I don't know. That's what comes to mind.
I'm pretty sure the next one is 5. I don't know about the 9.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave out. I'm gonna defer to you on that one. So the mnemonic device is you count the number of letters in each word in the following phrase. May I have a large container of coffee? Thank you.
That sounds way too hard. I think I'm better off just memorizing it.
Yeah. So, well, I mean,
May I have, I can't even remember that phrase. May I
Okay.
have a large container of coffee? Thank you. Please, thank you.
That's correct. That's it.
Was there a please
No,
in there?
there's no please. You
Oh.
don't say please, though. That's the thing that
May I have a large
Yeah.
container of coffee? Thank you. No please.
Yes. No please.
Okay. All right. That's interesting. I've never heard that
And
before.
somehow I learned this from I'm pretty sure I read it in the newspaper. This was back when we got a daily newspaper.
Okay.
Right? And like would read it every morning. And it was maybe it was because of Pi Day. I don't remember the timing. Was Pi Day even like a recognized thing in the 90s? I don't know.
It was.
It was? Okay.
Oh. Okay.
So maybe it was in honor of Pi Day, and I don't remember that. But so anyway, yeah. So and then somehow that has stuck with me, and I've remembered that ever since.
Cool.
So
That's good to know.
but this is nothing compared to the people who are like world record level, who. So the Guinness Book of World Records lists the record as being set in 2015 at 70,000 digits.
Oh, come on.
Oh my goodness.
Come on.
After the decimal point. So you don't even get credit for that first three.
For the three. Oh my goodness. That's ridiculous.
And it takes people, I mean, and they will they will recite these over the course of, I mean, the better part of a day. I mean, 15 hours, right?
Oh
It
my
takes a
gosh.
long time. There is, I also found a website that's like something like digits of, it's like, I can't remember if you just Google, record for memorizing pi or something, you'll find it. But there is a database that somebody has taken upon themselves to start where you can submit your records and get listed on this database, and they have to be verified. You have to have witnesses. There's a whole thing.
Wow.
So the current first person on, so the current world record holder according to Guinness is the second person on this, and the top person, who also apparently did this in 2015, is like at 70,030. So just slightly ahead. And then I also found some reports of another man in Japan who apparently has done over 100,000 digits.
Oh my goodness.
But there's some dispute. I don't know what the dispute is, or it hasn't been totally verified or something. That is not recognized by Guinness at this, but apparently, supposedly, this person can do 100,000 digits, and I'm just like, that boggles my mind. So then I was curious, how do people do this, right? And there is, so people tend to use the sort of a version of the memory palace trick, if you've ever heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
Where you visualize some sort of a space, and as you walk through it, as you visualize yourself walking through it, you assign like a number or a short sequence of numbers, like 314 or whatever, to different objects. And so you kind of like tell yourself this story of you walking through this space and picking up different objects or looking at different objects, and those are supposed to trigger the memory of the next numbers.
Wow.
Apparently, and
RJ just
people,
said oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna read RJ's comment, but you go ahead.
Oh, he said there's a site where you can search any combination of numbers, like your birthday, anniversary, etc., and it finds where it is in pi for you.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Well, actually, the thing that surprises me about the record, and maybe it's just the Guinness rules, I guess, is we had watched a documentary on those like 8th graders who are really good at spelling that participate in the National Spelling Bee. And one of the kids was saying it takes away from his study time to have to go through the process of saying the letters out loud because he can think it so much faster, so he types all of his practice. So I wonder if they could make it much shorter if they let you type the digits of pi rather than reciting them out loud.
That's true. It would be less exhausting.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just thinking about like there's got to be a more
Yeah,
efficient way to
pad.
do that than
Just-
spending like 15 hours.
Yeah.
Well, and also, so if you're spending all this time doing it, I mean, you have to take breaks, obviously, to eat and use the bathroom and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so, how do you do, 1,000 digits or whatever, and then you take your bathroom break? How do you remember where to start back up again? How do you get, because I mean, it's sort of like, if you play music, memorizing how to play a piece of music, it becomes muscle memory. But you can't just start anywhere in the piece of music because you kind of don't, it's not conscious, right? You don't consciously know it. And so I would guess that, at some point, right, you're just, you have the pattern, you just kind of know the pattern and you just blah, 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 right? But to start and stop at random points in the pattern is like, that's even another level of like, wow.
Well, that's pretty amazing to me to know that it is actually memorization and not some sort of algorithm that works for a while. So that's super impressive.
Wow. These people, I mean, but it takes years to train to do this. So
I hope there's good prize money in it.
I know, it doesn't seem like a very worthy pursuit, good use of your time, but
if
if
you everyone's got their hobbies.
Yeah.
That's true.
There's no money in most hobbies, so why not? Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, well.
Okay. So then
Pretty
very
fascinating.
briefly, to switch to pie, the edible thing,
Yeah.
the
Love me
food. So as
some
I
pie.
mentioned, my favorite kind of pie is key lime pie. And I was kind of wondering even if key lime pie is considered a true pie, because, a lot of times you make it with a graham cracker crust.
Right.
It's not really, baked. It doesn't have to be. I mean, you usually do because otherwise you got raw eggs. But it's like, I think originally it was not baked, or I think the crust was baked, but the filling wasn't baked. So I was like, well, maybe people don't really consider it pie. But Wikipedia listed as key lime pie, so that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
So the name comes from the key limes, which are native to the Florida Keys.
Yep.
And the first published recipe of it with the name key lime pie is from 1940. So not all that old.
Yeah.
But there's some question over whether it might be older than that, because there have been similar recipes, like something called a tropical lime chiffon pie that's from 1933. And some people are claiming, some people claim that it's even older than that. Their grandmother did it or whatever. But the first published record of it under the name key lime pie was 1940. And it is officially the state pie of Florida.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
It's my mom's favorite pie, but I gotta say I'm not a fan.
Well, you also have citrus allergies. I
That's
can't
true.
imagine that would be safe for you.
I've had it though.
Okay.
So I'm really only allergic to oranges.
Well, you
Although
also
it's
have
been
you also have
expanding.
lemon
Okay.
sensitivities.
But anyway, I've had some key lime pies and I did not die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still here.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't consider it a real pie myself.
Oh, I like a good
That's
key lime
fair.
pie.
Yeah.
I enjoy them.
Yeah. I eat a pie for its comfort factor, and I feel like that's like a wake me up kind of pie, and I want
It's
like
too tart for you.
put me to just into a relaxing, like ready to nap mood. So
I mean, my second favorite pie is lemon meringue, which I think is indisputably
you
a
just
pie, but also gonna kill David. No.
Yeah, you just like, okay, so you just like the sharp citrusy.
Maybe I do. I mean, I love lime juice.
Okay.
I will like find an excuse to just, I mean, I won't just drink straight lime juice, but last night I was like, what if I just like put some lime juice and some simple syrup together? Could I just drink it? And I did, and I was like, this is pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good cocktail mixer.
Yeah, I mean, it's the base for a margarita.
Yeah.
So I basically just made a virgin margarita is what it was. But it's like, I was like, lime juice.
Yeah.
Anyway. Sorry.
All right. Yeah, not my favorite,
More,
but I know
whatever pie you like to you.
it is
for
the
you,
favorite
so.
of a lot. And I went to the Florida Keys once, and I had to try it, of course.
Yeah.
And it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It's okay for
Okay.
me. But yeah, not going to be my favorite ever. What have you got, Allison? What's your favorite pie?
Oh, my favorite pie?
I thought you were going to tell us that.
No, I looked up a pie that I
Oh,
was curious
just
about.
a random pie, not your
It's
favorite.
not random. No, but my favorite is, and I don't even know, it's like, well, it will always be my favorite because I have like very vivid childhood memories
Oh, okay.
of my uncle coming to visit us on Thanksgiving, and he would make 2 pies, and he would carve my initials in one and my brother's initials in the other. So my brother's initials always got carved in the apple pie, and my
Okay.
initials always got carved in the pumpkin pie. So I think because of that, pumpkin is always going to be like my favorite.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I cannot stand pumpkin pie.
Oh my goodness! Come on, what is it? Okay, this is something where we're
That's
not
on
going to
me.
agree.
I mean, that's entirely on me that I just do not. Anyway,
Yeah.
but we all have
Okay.
our preferences.
Yeah,
I've gone for the apple pie. But anyway, go ahead, Allison.
Pumpkin is one of my top
Yeah.
pies for sure.
Oh, interesting.
But it has to be. And I'll probably rant about this later, but not all pumpkin pies are created equal. I'd say a lot of pumpkin pies, especially store-bought ones, have a bitter aftertaste because people don't know how to season them properly. They put too much nutmeg in them and make it bitter. So it's got to be done well.
Yeah.
It's an easy pie to ruin, in my opinion. Anyway, okay. So pumpkins
Yeah.
and key limes are our favorites here.
So there's a pie I wanted to talk about for 2 reasons. The first reason is I first heard of this pie in the movie Love Actually and had no idea what they were saying for a very long time. And I was like, what is she saying? What kind of pie? She was saying banoffee pie.
Banoffee. Okay, I didn't even know how to say it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which is a portmanteau for banana and toffee together.
Toffee, not coffee.
Not coffee, toffee. So it's a
Oh.
banoffee. It's a banana and toffee pie.
okay.
And the other reason I wanted
I mean, banana and coffee sounds good too.
It
Yeah,
does
yeah.
sound good.
This is a
Okay.
British thing, isn't it?
Well, that's the other thing
Oh,
I wanted
okay.
to talk about. Because one of David's big pet peeves with
Yes.
the Great British Bake Off
Oh, yeah, I was
is
going to
when
talk
they
about
try
this.
to make American pies and they're
Oh.
nothing like what you would get in America.
It's a travesty. They have no idea on that
Yeah.
show, or
There
probably,
was,
I'm
like,
guessing
one,
in all of England,
pumpkin
like
peanut
what
butter pie
an
thing
American
that
pie
was-
is. Yeah, so so they're like, the task of the day, the challenge is to make an American pie. And so they, first of all, most of them don't even know what an American pie is. So one of them's like, oh, I called a relative who lives in America, and they said, well, peanut butter is a good thing. So that she just like takes a random pie and adds peanut butter. And they're the things that they came up with. Outrageous.
Yeah.
And one of my pet peeves too was that they showed their pies like with vertical crusts out of the pan.
Yeah, David doesn't like
that's not even a-
tinned pie.
That's not even a pie, that's a tart. So yeah, they have no idea. And on top of that, they have the gall to say they don't like American pies.
Yeah.
They don't even know what an American pie is.
Yeah.
That, I don't know,
So as you
that
can
that
tell,
was,
this is a hot button issue.
yeah. Well, yeah, because there was one other show that they totally failed on. They had a task to create brownies,
Yeah.
and just a basic brownie, and not one of the contestants on the entire show could create a brownie that was
Decent.
even decent
Yeah.
enough to like be compare with a brownie out of a box. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, bottom line is they don't know. I'm sorry, but in the UK, they have no idea how to make American desserts. But yet they critique them.
Yeah.
Like, say they're not good. Whatever, it's because you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, go on.
So, so the banoffee pie has a interesting history. So Caitlin, like the key lime pie, it's a fairly recent invention. It was invented in the 1970s.
Wow.
And it can be traced back to this restaurant called the Hungry Monk in England. And what they had done was they adopted an American recipe called a coffee toffee pie, which sounds delicious.
Yeah.
And they wanted to add fruit to it, because people in England are weird.
Oh my gosh.
So they tried making it with a mandarin orange. They tried making it with an apple.
Oh, see, this is what I mean. They have no idea what they're doing with
toffee and
pies.
apple could be good. Toffee and apple is legit.
Okay, but they started with the mandarin orange, which is obviously
Not
a
right.
huge mistake.
So, and finally, when they came up with the idea of banana, it worked. It was a success. So then they published it in this in their like restaurant cookbook in 1974, and it became a pretty big like hit. This recipe.
Yeah, American pie done well.
Yes, but in 1984, like I think some like grocery store chain started selling the pie, like from their bakery section, and rather than calling it banoffee pie, they called it American pie. And the people who invented it at the restaurant were really angry because they were like, "We invented this pie,
and we're
banoffee. English. It's not an American pie. It was invented here." So they offered a 10,000 pound reward for anyone who could disprove that they invented it, that it was in fact an English pie. And I just thought it was really funny that it's like on Bake Off they're always like, oh, nobody likes American pies, they're too sweet, but banana toffee topped with whipped cream sounds like the sweetest thing I could possibnly imagine. So that's the origin of banoffee pie.
Banoffee pie, very fascinating. I didn't know anything about it. I don't think I've ever had it.
I had it when I was in London because I was curious about it.
Okay.
It's not for me. It is too sweet for me. I'd rather have a banana cream pie.
Yeah, it's funny. When I spent time in Malta, restaurants would advertise American things and they would be a curiosity and generate business. Yeah. But it was very funny to see what they thought was American.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But it made me, back to Great British Bake Off a little bit, but it made me question the whole show, like, because I just assume they're all authorities on whatever cuisine they're judging. But the judges have actually no clue about about American pies, which makes me, or brownies apparently, which makes me doubt their credibility entirely. Wow. I don't know. It was very disappointing.
But I think actually a key lime pie won that episode.
Yeah, it's probably the closest thing to edible that they produced.
But yeah, and if you're wondering, the scene in Love Actually is when Juliet goes to visit Mark to get the wedding photo, and she's like, banoffee pie, and he's like, no, and she's like, good, I want to eat it. So, anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, that's banoffee pie.
Well, last week I promised I would tell you all give you all some pie tips and tell you all where to get some pie in New York anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, first of all, a little bit about my credentials. I grew up with my mom is from the Midwest, and my argument is that unless you have some connection to the Midwest, you have no idea what a good pie is. Because I've tried pies from around a lot of other places in the country, and they are a travesty. In particular, like you can get a lot of pies here in New York, but they are almost not edible, almost inedible. So the crust will be rubbery or tough. It's just nothing you want to eat. The pie filling, like let's say you get an apple pie, which I argue if you can't make an apple pie, you're not qualified to be in the pie making business.
Yeah.
Like that's entry level. If you can make a good apple pie, then you can experiment. Then you have my permission to experiment with some other pies. But you got to start with the basic apple pie. And if you get an apple pie here, it will be like maybe some apples out of a can that are like in some sort of weird gel with a ton of cinnamon to give it a little bit of flavor, because otherwise it's flavorless. And then they're cut really thick so that they're like a little mushy on the outside, but then they're crispy in the middle, which like it doesn't know what kind of texture to be. It's just terrible.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you ever want to try a really good pie, all you have to do is go anywhere in the Midwest. I recommend Iowa. Find an Amish community.
Yeah.
And they'll be selling pies.
Yeah.
And those are like, that's a real American pie right there, in my opinion.
Okay.
The crust will be flaky, delicious. You actually want to eat it and not just scoop out the middle parts.
Yeah.
And the apples will be sliced thin, and they'll have a consistent texture, and the filling will be like apple, just whatever bubbles out of the apples while they're cooking, with a little bit of cinnamon and sugar and a nice, even the crust on the top will be beautiful and just so good. So try a pie from the Midwest if you think you don't like American pies, and you haven't tried a pie from the Midwest. Give it a shot. Okay, but if you're stuck in New York, you want a decent pie. 2 pie places I can recommend. One in Manhattan, the Little Pie Company.
Yeah.
They make a good apple pie.
They do.
It's called the sour cream walnut apple pie. And their other pies are also pretty good.
Yeah.
Although I will say they kind of ruin it if you want to eat the pie there and you ask, and they'll ask you if you want it warmed up, and then they'll stick it in the microwave and ruin the whole thing. So don't ask them to heat it up. Just better off eating it cold out of the case than having them heat it up in the microwave, because that will destroy the pie.
Yeah.
But if you can go out to Brooklyn, there's probably an even better place.
Yeah.
4 and 20 Blackbirds.
Yes.
Which is the one Allison introduced me to. And they have amazing pies. And in particular, the one we're eating today
And tomorrow.
and tomorrow to celebrate Pie Day is a coffee custard pie.
Yes.
Oh.
Which my favorite thing of all time is like a Portuguese egg tart.
Yeah.
And this has got that really smooth custard filling, a good crust, and it's got a little bit of coffee, like super finely ground, sprinkled over the top, and then it's also some coffee flavor in the custard, and oh my goodness, that's my new favorite pie in the city. So if you get a chance, check out 4 and 20 Blackbirds.
They also make a good pumpkin pie.
Yeah,
Their brown butter pumpkin pie is very good.
Yeah, and a brown butter apple pie. That's the criteria. Like if you start with the apple pie, and you determine whether or not it's worth trying another pie.
Yeah.
So I will say that there's one. If you get a store-bought pie, you're just doomed. But I'd say there's. I tried every. I did this experiment a long time ago. I went to the store and I bought every single apple pie, every variety that I could find from the store, and I tried them all. And there's only one that's even decent. And it's actually not bad, but that's Marie Callender's Dutch apple pie. So if you're stuck getting a pie from the store, somehow Marie Callender's has figured out, if you follow the instructions and reheat the pie in the oven, how to have a decent crust and a store-bought pie. It's amazing. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, that's my Pie Day advice, and I hope you find it useful.
Okay, so while we've been talking, I've gone down a little bit of a Wikipedia rabbit hole because I was curious about why. I was like, going back to when I was like, is key lime pie really a pie? So technically, it is not. It is a tart, and that is because it doesn't have a top crust.
Oh.
So, any other types of pies that you
like Dutch apple then wouldn't be a proper pie.
Okay.
But the only reason I said Dutch apple is because the crust is not good enough to warrant a top. You don't want any extra crust. But if you get a pie like my mom makes an amazing crust, and the crust is so good, not only is it good on the top in a lattice, which is my favorite because it's just the right ratio for me, but the leftover, so when you make a pie crust, you cut it like overflows the pie plate, and then you cut the extra off, and then you get these strips.
Yeah.
And my mom would put those on cookie sheets, sprinkle a little cinnamon sugar, and bake them. And they're so good that just the crust alone is a treat. It's amazing.
I know it's a little bit sacrilege, but I guess maybe I come from like a lazy family. I don't know, but I like a cookie-based pie.
Yeah, you're right. A cookie-based pie is
cookie, but
Well,
what is
like-
a cookie?
like a
based
graham
pie?
cracker crust or a cookie crushed
Like,
cookie
like
crust.
you had it at my dad's house at Thanksgiving. We had a pumpkin pie that had a ginger snap
Yeah.
crust. So it's ginger snap cookies crumbled
Yeah.
up and baked.
And that is a much safer option.
Yeah.
Like it's much easier to make a good cookie
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
crust.
Yeah.
And that's so if you're getting a pie from somewhere that's doesn't know how to make a decent crust, you're better off getting their cookie based or graham
Yeah.
cracker or something
Yeah.
like that crust, in my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if you get a bad like regular crust, it's
can be bad.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
Just don't even eat it. It's not worth
So another type of pie that is called pie but is not really pie is Boston cream pie.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
That
really
sounds
cake.
delicious.
I don't think there's any dispute. It's cake. It's cake layered with cream in the middle. It's cake.
Yeah.
But I did find when reading a little bit about that is that it's called a pie because originally cakes and pies were cooked in the same pans, and so the words were used interchangeably.
Oh,
And that's why we call so many things a pie.
like whoopie pies. And RJ is
Yeah,
saying
that's a
that
good point.
he says in Oklahoma they sell fried pies.
Oh, are those like hand
Okay.
pies?
I think it might be like hand pies. Yeah, it's like sealed
Yeah.
crust
Well, but
that's fried.
If the crust is enclosing things, I think that's legitimately a pie.
That's a legit pie. Okay.
'Cause I was gonna
The
say-
issue is if it's just like if it's an open crust with just filling, like a key lime pie, or I don't know, I'm trying to think of some other examples that don't have at least a lattice crust on top or a full crust on top. That's when it's not really a pie.
Uh-huh.
So really, a cheesecake doesn't know what it's doing, and it's a tart.
That's true.
Yeah.
It is a
Not
tart.
a cake or a pie. Okay.
Yeah.
Cheese tarts.
They are delicious though.
They are.
I miss cheesecake.
Cheesecake might be my favorite dessert.
Yeah, it really is.
Period.
Top.
It's
Yeah.
delicious.
Yep. Making me hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got pie though.
We got pie. I'm excited about that. All right. Well, I think we've said everything there is to say about pies,
Yep.
It's good stuff.
or at least sweet ones. We haven't talked about those
Yeah. And
weird.
I will do a
British
plug for the weird
savory
New
pies.
England thing,
What's the
because
weird
I
New
do
England
think it is
thing?
delicious. Apple pie, sliced apple pie, couple pieces of super sharp cheddar.
Yeah.
Delicious combination.
I can buy that. In fact, the little pie company has a pie they will sell with cheddar cheese in the top crust.
Yeah. Which
But-
we had, which wasn't
It
great.
wasn't- that's why I didn't
The
recommend it.
execution's not there, but like
It's a
you
good
just need
concept.
the piece on the side. You just
Yeah.
need the sharp cheddar on the
Yeah,
side.
I think
It's
that would be
delicious.
better. Just
yeah.
it'd be better off just dropping it on the top. I think you're right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I've got to say about
Yeah.
pie.
New bed's coming soon.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exciting.
Exciting.
Yeah. Hopefully get a better night's sleep.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome. Okay. Well, I think that's it for us, right?
Thank you for joining our Pie Day
Yes.
special episode.
I know we did go on and on for a while, but
And we
appreciate
also
you
did
sticking
mention
around.
it's Pi Day because it's March 14th tomorrow and it's 3.14. I don't think we explained really anything.
Oh, we just
launched
assumed.
Oh, I
Pi
guess I
Day.
assume people knew that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. I do remember the first time I was like, what is Pi Day? It was not that long ago. It was in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had
So
a...
in 2015, the date was because 15 it was 31415.
Oh,
Right?
maybe that's the first day I heard.
15.
Maybe
So
that's
it
when
was
I
even it was even more so Pi Day.
Oh,
It was like
okay.
Super Pi Day in 2015.
Pi
So maybe
Day.
that's when you
That's
heard about it.
Oh, it's also Einstein's birthday.
Really? That's amazing. That's an interesting coincidence.
Yeah.
I lived in Capitol Hill for a long time, and in Seattle.
yeah.
Sorry, in Seattle.
Yeah.
And they have I don't know if it's still there or not, but they had a place that opened up called the Pie Bar, and it was only open at night, and it was open late, and they had a window you could walk up to and get and order a slice of pie. So, and they were as good as homemade pies because there were two sisters who owned the place, and they would come in during the day when their kids were out in school or whatever, and they'd bake all the pies.
Yeah.
And then the shop would open for like a regular bar
Yeah.
with pie. And in the evening, they'd be open till like 2 o'clock in the morning, so you could get pie anytime, good pie. And it was within walking distance of my place. So yeah, that's another good option for you if you're in Seattle.
Well, I think I've told you this, that if I'm ever very, very wealthy, one of my dreams
Yeah.
is to have one of those diner pie cases in my kitchen.
Oh,
I love those,
just have someone restock it once a
like
week.
those clear cylindrical pie cases that I love those things. That would
Yes.
make me happy.
A pie stock.
Okay, David, I can report that the Pie Bar still exists,
Yeah.
and they
What?
have expanded.
What?
There is not only one in Capitol Hill, but there's also one in Ballard.
No way.
They have a truck in Kirkland.
Wow, this is such good news because I really enjoyed that place. I thought it was such a great idea to be able to have pie at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
It was a tiny, tiny little place. Like you know, if you had like 6 people, you could barely squeeze in there.
Yeah.
But they serve great pie, so that's really good to know that they deserve to be a success. It was one of the few good pie places in Seattle too. Wow, thanks for looking that up. That's a real throwback. I miss that place.
The next time I'm in Seattle, I will make sure to go.
Yeah, for sure. Go to the one in Capitol Hill. I don't know I can't vouch for the others. But and while you're up there, get some coffee at Vivace's. It's the best coffee I've ever had. It's phenomenal. Anyway, I think that's it for real.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
Thanks everyone. I appreciate you hanging out with us. We'll see you again next Saturday for a win by me. It has to happen, right? Just statistically speaking, it hasn't happened in a while, so I gotta be due.
We'll see.
Yeah. All right.
We're doing St. Patrick's Day next
Oh,
week.
is it St. Patrick's Day next weekend?
Well, the 17th.
Wednesday.
I guess that's Wednesday, but we
Yeah,
could
let's do it.
We could do St. Patrick's Day stream next Saturday.
Okay, that sounds
Belated.
great. I'll find something green to wear.
No, you won't.
I'll have to borrow something. I don't have anything.
Something green to wear for your. Is this a
For the
stream on
show.
which no one sees you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just so I can say it with a straight face and be honest about it that I'm wearing
All
green.
right. Not have Allison call you out.
Yes, she
Yes.
would.
No, because I'd get to pinch you because you're not wearing green.
Oh. Yeah. I only have black clothes,
Yes.
so it's a problem if I have to wear some color.
Spoken like a true New Yorker.
Yeah.
I did that even in Seattle though, which did make me stand out a little bit there. It was a little odd, but it's a little more normal here. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But in Seattle, whenever I was like standing around waiting for something in a store, I always had people come up to me and assuming that I worked there, which was fun. So
Yeah. Yeah. People just hand you car keys because they see me
Yeah.
for ballet.
my favorite one was standing in Macy's or something, and some woman comes up to me and says, someone returned this makeup or something and just hands me a bunch of makeup. I'm like, oh, sorry, I thought you worked. Yeah, so apparently I was like a makeup artist or something. Anyway, yeah, good times.
Oh,
Wearing black.
gotta go. Gotta go.
All right.
All right.
That's it. Take care,
Hello?
everyone.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.